Hello, friends. Welcome. My name is Hazel, and I am living in Tanzania presently. And as you all know, many things have been happening here of lately. And so I want to give you my take as an expat living here on ground while all this unrest is happening. I know many of you have contacted me through WhatsApp and also through my Instagram, asking me how I'm doing, if me and my family is okay. Thank you very much. We are all well. We are doing great. As you can see, we are safe and is in one piece. So in this video, I will explain to you my, how should I say, my opinion, my honest experience being here during this time of unrest and how we felt as a family. I would not go into detail of things that I have seen because that can be very sensitive to people, and that's not what I want to portray in this video. But I want to give you my take on how I felt and, as an expat living in a country, we moved all the way from Canada to come to stay here in beautiful Tanzania, and it was like, it was like a shock for us coming here, and then all of a sudden everything, went up in an uproar. So let me give you my honest opinion right now. So the first thing is, what sparked this unrest? What happened? Why everything just exploded all of a sudden? This is going to be just a brief synopsis for those of you who are living internationally and you're not in Tanzania and you may not know the whole story. But this all started because of, the election, right? The election really kind of fueled the unrest. So the unrest began, and, you know, people were very upset about certain things, mainly the Gen Zs. And if you know who Gen Zs are those who are born between 1990 to 2020. So these people are considered the Gen Zs. And so they feel that they wanted some different things. They wanted to get their view and they pointed across, and to they wanted they wanted to be heard. I think that is the main issue of what started the unrest here during the election. Gen Zs wanted to be heard. Now, one of the main things that you all were concerned about is how is life here normally now. Now, it was about um, 5 or 6 days that we had, chaos and everything like that. And now it's all settled down for now. Things are slowly getting back to normal. As most of you may have known, we had no internet service, so we were just like shut out from the world. So there could be no videos coming from here, Tanzania. YouTube was not up, as you all see. I was unable to post any videos. So I wanted to come on before I post the rest of the videos that I'm supposed to be posting for y'all to see. I wanted y'all to see my beautiful face, that I'm okay. Because you all were so worried about me. I am okay. Some of the burning questions people are asking is, are shops and schools open? So as far as I know, in Dar es Salaam, the schools have slowly opened. Some of my colleagues who are there in Dar es Salaam went back to work in the school about a day ago. Not all the schools are open, but some are open. The shops are open. Yes, some of the shops were closed, but the shops are open in my area and also in other areas, at least where my friends are. So shops are open and things are slowly getting back to normal. Is transportation working normally? Yes, transportation is back running normally in some areas. A couple of days ago, it was difficult to go anywhere because the gas stations were closed, and so a lot of the bajaji and not bicycles, motorbikes didn't have any gas, so the prices of fares went up. But right now it's back to normal. I'm about to head out after I finish posting this video for you all. That's going to be the first time since I'm going to be really out. So I will definitely be able to see the prices and stuff like that. But I know the gas stations are open because my friend said they're open. I haven't been going out there. I'm trying to stay inside and stay safe. So, yes. So during that time, how was people feeling? Now, I must say that I was quite surprised. People were quite calm, at least in my area, encouraging one another to be peaceable and just, and just giving like a good word. I know many of the neighbors, many of my friends, many of the people who I'm acquainted with, they were like, oh, don't worry. Tanzania is a peaceful country. This too will pass. Like you don't worry too much. Don't plan to leave and things like that. So there was a lot of encouragement. The Tanzanian people were very encouraging. They were very calm. Maybe they were feeling, turmoil on the inside, but they kept it together, at least where I was. And many people were not panicking. I must say that we did panic a little bit, and we were saying like, oh, maybe we should leave. Maybe we should just go to another country. Maybe we should go until all these things calm down. But are so thankful that everything just played itself out. So, despite what you might be seeing in the news or what you might be hearing, people are still out here living their lives. There's a building next door to me, they're still working, they have not stopped working. People are still planting their crops and harvesting their things and opening their little side, the roadside little markets, so you can go buy vegetables, you can buy your cabbage and your tomatoes. The big markets were closed, just a few vendors that were there, but people are just trying to be normal. They are actually trying to be normal, and yeah. Now it's very easy to focus on unrest, but what kept me grounded during that time were the people, their resilience and the kindness. That things really stand out for me, and it just shows that people can be resilient in a situation, that they can bounce back, that they people are just people everywhere, and during crisis they will flock together and they will take care of each other. So that was really comforting for me being here during that time as an expat. And honestly, through all this that happened, Tanzania is still an incredible place, full of heart, beauty, full of strength. The people are so strong. And what's happening now might be challenging, but doesn't define the people or the country. I still love Tanzania. I still love the climate here. I still love the people. I still is gonna be staying here. This is still gonna be my home. But as human being, it's naturally to feel, you know, scared. It's natural to feel like, things are coming crashing down. It's natural to feel like you want to protect your family and stuff like that when there's an unrest, or when there's demonstrations or stuff like that. So I must to be honest with you all, on my channel I'm always honest. It was a very scary time for us here at our home. We were really like between crossroads, figuring out what we should do and what we should not do. And we are so grateful for all our friends and our families who really pitched in and comforted us and find solutions for us if things were to get worse. Our sons and our children were there finding things and options for us that we can take in case things were to go very badly. But we give all praises to the Most High that everything went well and that we are standing and we are alive and we're here to celebrate together with the Tanzanian people because we all are safe and there is a sense of calm and a sense of unity among the people. So, what is it really like now living here as everything has settled down and everything is getting back to normal? So, daily life has started, to slowly come on. Markets are open. On Monday, the kids are going to go back to school. And people are still laughing, people are still happy, people are still walking around, people are still doing their business. But you do feel, honestly, a little bit of tension some days. Sometimes, transportation is slower. Some people are talking more quietly these days, you know what I mean? Also, there's a lot of like information floating around, and people are just trying to process what information is true and what information is not. But what really strikes me is just, the people are just very calm. And even if, things are uncertain a bit for them, they may be thinking, oh, what next? But they're still like very calm and they're keeping it together. Now, when it comes to my perspective as an expat, I think that, we came here as a family to work or to build community among the locals. And when things change, you want to ask yourself, did I make a right decision? Should I stay? Is it gonna be safe here? Would I be able to continue supporting the community that is around me or the community that I've built since I've been here? But personally, I found that staying connected with locals and like being respectful of their experience has helped me to understand like what is really happening and not just like look through like an outsider lens. It has really given me like clarity and helped me to see things in a different perspective. And you can't get away from fear. There's fear sometimes, but also deep gratitude when things happen and you see the overwhelming kindness of people, you know. I think the Tanzanian people has an incredible spirit, and being here has like thought through all this has reminded me how strong and kind people are during crisis situations. Now, before I end this video, I just want to talk a little bit about the Gen Zs and to say what the Gen Zs are demanding. Now, all over the world, there are Gen Zs. Even in Canada, there are Gen Zs, and they are also demanding stuff. They want their voices to be heard, and they want to have a future for themselves, their next generation, their children, and their families. So for here in Tanzania, the Gen Zs are demanding for freedom of expression and digital rights. That's what they are something they're demanding for. They want to be able to go on social media and be able to be more vocal. They want to be included into more digital platforms, and they want to kind of connect more with the elderly people and the older generations. They feel that there is like a gap there in the connection, and so they're asking for that. They're also asking for more job opportunities and economical security. Now, something that I heard a lot of youths talk about, even from the very first week that I came here before all this madness had started, they are complaining about not having jobs. They went to school and they're unemployed. They're also complaining about not just they don't have a job, so they don't have the finances. Now, many of the youths, they want to get married, they want to have wives, they want to have watoto, watoto is children, and it's hard for them to be able to get wives and to pay that bride price and to just live a normal life. And something I observed while I was here is I noticed how the men in Tanzania love children. Like they love children. When I just got here, I was a little bit uncomfortable because sometimes I have my daughter and we might be out there and the men would just come up to her and just say hi, tap her on the back and maybe give her a candy, just nice gestures. They would just talk to a child. And for us Westerners, we were like, what's going on? One time I got mad. I was like, why are you tapping my daughter on her back? you know. And then some of my friends says, no, it's just like a loving thing. It's a lot of men, they just love children, they want to have children, and they're just drawn towards towards, you know, children, in not in just a loving manner, because they want to have children of their own. They love kids. And you know, it took me a while to understand that. You know, even I see my worker, he comes here, how he interact with the children. I see the children outside, I see the men interacting with them. So there's a really loving connection there, and I see that. So I really understand when the gents are saying that they want their families, they want to have their own children, they want to carry their kids. So they want to have jobs, and they want to be able to provide for their families, and they want to make their own family. So that's something they are asking for. So for them to have that, they need money, they need to have good jobs, and you know, they need to be able to go to school and be able to pay for their education. So that's one of the demand. They want to have job opportunities, you know, and economic security and youth inclusion. They want their youth to have their own platform, so that they can be able to rally for one another and be able to have services and things. And I think that's a good thing. I don't think it's a bad thing. I don't think it's a bad thing at all. And another thing that they're asking for is, like, they want to have some electoral reforms, where they want to have more youths being involved in politics. They want to be included in a lot of the things that is around them, in their country, in their community, and stuff like that. Yeah. So they're asking for meaningful participation, and they want to be represented. So this is just a few things that they're asking for. They're asking for more, but I'm not going to go into any great detail. I'm not going to go into any more great details, but that is some basic things, that they're asking for. And I think it's fair. Because who doesn't want to have a good job? Who doesn't want to have finances? Who doesn't want to have enough money in the bank to take care of themselves and take care of their family? I think that's a basic need. And I think everybody wants to have a home and be relaxed and be happy and have a good education and things like that. So the Gen Zs, I'm not going to fault them for asking or wanting for that, because I want that for myself. You see, I want that for myself, I want that for my family, I want that for my children. So, yes. So, my friends, this is my take on what is happening here in Tanzania at the moment. And this is what it's really like here right now. So if you found this helpful, give the video a thumbs up. It will really help this channel. Drop a comment below in the comment section and let me know what you've been wondering about. Put your questions in the bottom. And of course, subscribe for more honest videos about expat life, travel, stories from East Africa, and just stay safe, be kind, and I will see you in the next video. Ciao, ciao, my loves.